If I only have one life, I'm willing to explore and figure out everything. I was born rebellious. I was born understanding what free will means. Being a leader is about having a vision. So if I'm busy and I'm not doing anything productive, in my mind, I feel like I'm being productive. I don't operate like that.
You've won more than 140 awards. I don't think any Hollywood star or any even the sports person would have.
Success is not owned, it's rented, and the rent is due every day. I feel in failing fast, failing cheap. If you can cheat on the person you eat with, you sleep next to, your partner, you spend your life with every day, what will stop you from cheating on me in business?
Your bio on LinkedIn says, rebel, spiritual gangster, wanderlust.
I might be peace, love, and light, but I will peace, love, and light your house on fire if you cross me.
Today's guest is a fighter who has achieved many milestones. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Decoding Growth with Raman. She's a serial entrepreneur, runs close to 9 businesses, and a public speaker, an advisor, and a doting mother. She has broken all the stereotypes and I hope to break one more in this podcast. Dr. Sara Al Madani, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
How are you feeling today?
I am great and grateful. That's it, every day.
Great. So, Sara, before I start my conversation, let me tell you one thing. Why I was inclined to get you in my show. And I'm sure you must be happy to know. These days, we see a lot of people advising on relationships, advising on entrepreneurship, and much more. Right? You must have encountered a lot of people. But I truly believe that if you've been there, done that, or experienced that, then only you should do it.
Yeah.
And that's why you are here on the show.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Great. So while working on the research, figuring out what all Sara Madani is about, we figured out you run a lot of tech businesses these days. You had a fashion line, started a restaurant, worked with NFTs. Is there something which you can't do, Sara?
I mean, look, I am here to experience life one time.
Yeah.
And if I don't try everything, and if I don't find out what I can and cannot do, I feel like one life is not enough. So if I only have one life, I'm willing to explore and figure out everything. Because I've seen a lot of people sitting down watching TV, watching the Olympics, for example.
Yeah.
And they're watching someone swim in the Olympics. And they go like, I wish I can swim like him or like her. And I look at them, I'm like, do you even know if you can? Did you try? So it's so important to go out there and try to find out whether I can or cannot. You might be the next best swimmer in the Olympics, but as long as you're not trying, you will never figure it out.
But what keeps you motivated to do all of this?
My biggest motivation in life is death.
Okay.
Yeah, because knowing that I'm going to die any minute, and I might leave this office and not be alive makes me want to live every moment as if it's the last. Okay. It motivates me to move forward, to push, to do everything because we are in a short time span here.
So just to share with you, I incorporated my first company when I was 17 and a half in India.
Okay.
And I started my journey. So since then, I've been into entrepreneurship mindset. And you started something at the age of 15.
Yeah.
And you also dropped out of the school. So being from an Emirati background, what made you to think differently and keep or push yourself towards working, not studying?
It's not something that happened to me that made me like that. I was born like this. I was born rebellious. I was born understanding what free will means. And I was born into, like, my parents would tell me, you were way ahead of your age. Like, you were an old soul, they call it. So I was too mature for my age. And I just, every time people told me when I was young, you cannot do that. We're Arabs. It's bad. It's wrong. It's, we come from a culture of shame and guilt. So every time people told me, no, you can't, it just didn't make sense to me. Why can't I? If I can do this, why do I have to stop because you tell me you can't? So that always irritated me. It didn't sit well with my soul. So it doesn't matter if I'm Emirati, Indian, American. I'm a human. I'm a spirit. I have free will. So I feel like sometimes culture interferes, and it's not culture's place to always interfere.
So doing so many businesses, restaurant, NFTs, technology, fashion, you latched upon the technology, I would say, very early on.
Yeah.
Right? So how do you keep yourself updated? And another thing would be, how did you learn about all of this so that you're able to do it? And it's a competitive world wherein you want to compete and you want to stay ahead of the game.
Yeah.
So how did that happen?
I don't believe that you have to know things to do business on them. I did not study fashion. I did not study culinary to open a restaurant. I did not know anything about tech when I started because I believe in working smart and not working hard. And plus, right now, everything is available online. If I like the way I opened my restaurant was I Googled how to open a restaurant and I read a blog. A woman wrote about how to open a restaurant. Tech, I hired people that were smarter than me and they taught me how to do tech. I don't know everything and I don't want to know everything because I feel like I don't need to be the jack of all trades. Being a leader is about having a vision. So I do not like to work hard. I don't micromanage. I like to work smart. I like to have off time. I like to enjoy life because I feel like if you're 24/7 being busy, and that's what we're programmed to be, because we think being busy is productive. So if I'm busy and I'm not doing anything productive, in my mind I feel like I'm being productive. I don't operate like that. I either be productive or either I'm enjoying my time.
You've won more than 140 awards.
Yeah, I love my babies.
I don't think any Hollywood star or any even the sports person would have. How does it feel to create that legacy?
It feels good because I feel like, a lot of entrepreneurs, they work so hard. Some of them become famous, some of them make it, some of them don't. And they feel like no one's watching.
Yeah.
All the hard work they put.
True.
So when I win an award, I feel like, oh my God, somebody somewhere out there is watching and my work is appreciated. Even if my company doesn't become $1 billion company, I don't care. Somebody's appreciating my hard work. So these awards just make me feel happy because they're in different sectors for different purposes. And it makes me feel like I am on the right path. If people can recognize me for my leadership and I get an award, if people can recognize me for my financial strategy and I get an award, if people can recognize my innovation and I get an award, I feel like even if the work doesn't reach worldwide and somebody just notices, it means that I'm doing the right thing. So I love my awards.
Oh, okay. And what we have seen is when people win these awards, they are always on cloud nine. But you are still there working hard every day, innovating, finding out new ways to live your life, I would say. How does that happen?
Because success is not owned, it's rented, and the rent is due every day.
Oh, okay.
So you cannot just become successful and feel comfortable and say, hey, I made it, and that's it. Someone else is going to come innovate. Someone else is going to come do better things. Someone else is going to grow while you are happy in a comfort zone because you feel like you've made it. But that's not yours. It's rented and the rent is due every day. So I feel like if I don't innovate every day and I don't try and I don't take risk and I don't fail, I love failing. I know this is something that not a lot of people would say, but I love failing. It's such a beautiful school, failing.
But do you believe in failing fast?
I feel in failing fast, failing cheap.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel in taking calculated risks.
Okay.
But I give myself the permission to fail because my culture taught me that failure is something you should feel guilty about and something shameful.
Yeah.
It's culture and even my upbringing with my family and all that.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like that. I feel like I'm so proud I failed. At least I failed. There are people sitting at home just being comfortable doing nothing. At least I went out there. I had the guts to go out there and I failed. And so what?
So the first lesson for the audience from this podcast would be success is not owned, it is rented. And we all keep this thought in our mind.
Yeah, and
That's
the rent
true,
is due
Sara.
every single day.
And the rent is due every single day. So I would like to understand more about your companies.
Yeah.
I'll name some of them, which is Halahai, Social Fish, and any other interesting venture which you would like to talk about.
So
Give us just a snapshot. That would be great.
I used to have a company in LA that does robotics and AI, but I sold that during COVID.
Okay.
So that was my first tech venture. Halahai is entertainment tech. Social Fish is a branding and marketing agency. It's just like fresh squeezed creativity every day into branding.
Okay.
I have a company called Fix Labs. That's a brand that's backed by science, and it's finding solutions for a better lifestyle and health in a very innovative way, but backed by science. So I have Fix Labs. I have Biotech, which is a company that invests in biotech. And I mean, there are a lot, but actually in total 9. But if I was to calculate all of them, I'd say 19, 20, they all failed. I'm remaining with 9 now, which is
45% success rate.
yeah, which is fine.
Which
Even
is fine.
20% is success rate is fine.
Yeah.
At least I'm trying, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, but most of my companies are in tech. I used to be a fashion designer, but then I realized after 20 years of doing it, I was just doing it because I'm a woman. And I was brainwashed to think a woman should be either selling cakes, doing fashion, or doing hair. Because I was pushed into like a gender-oriented industries. But then I figured out, no, that's not how the world goes. I can be in anything. So then I shut down my fashion brand. I realized that I had no passion for fashion. I was just doing it because it was making money. And then I opened a restaurant. I sold that to my partner in the business. So I've jumped into so many industries and exited so many industries. Some I just shut down and failed. But right now what resonates with me is technology because I feel like it's the future. And at the same time, I feel like if you are the right tech entrepreneur with the right mindset, and the more conscious entrepreneurs we have in the tech industries, then the world will be a better place because tech is a dangerous thing. And
That's true.
Yeah, and we have unethical tech entrepreneurs all over the place. So I thrive in tech because I want to be an ethical tech entrepreneur.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Want to understand more about Halahai?
Halahai is, so Halahai started from a house during quarantine, a villa during quarantine in the middle of COVID, like when the company was shut down completely. We were quarantining for like, I think 6-7 months. So me and my business partners were stuck in that house together because my business partners didn't live here. Airports shut down. They were stuck here. And I was like, guys, just move into my house. We're family. And we started Halahai from there with zero money. We didn't invest anything. We just invested our talent because one of my partners was amazing in finance. One was a white hacker and a person who has a lot of tech background. And we started Halahai. And Halahai basically is a platform that creates passive income for celebrities and at the same time gives the fans full access to the celebrity. So for example, if you want a video from your favorite actor talking to you, you can get that. Okay. If you want their merchandise, if you want to, as a brand, if you want to work with a celebrity, you're in direct access to the celebrity without the middle people. So that's what Halahai does. And right now we are Jason Derulo became our business partner, and he adds a lot of value to the company because Jason created TikTok. He made TikTok big, you know?
Okay.
So Jason joined the company. We just, we're raising at the moment. We just opened a round, and that's it. We're relaunching bigger, better. So yeah, this is what Halahai does.
Okay, great. You being the youngest member or the board member for Sharjah Chamber of Commerce and Industry, how do you see the importance of youth representing in these entities or deciding something or in their decision-making process?
It's extremely necessary because the youth is the future.
Yeah.
If the government is always ran by old men that have been there for 30, 40 years and they're not willing to give up their chairs, there is no room for innovation. And a big part of leadership is knowing that there is a right time to sacrifice your position, to give it to someone younger, because that's new blood, fresh blood, new ideas, creativity, innovation, rebelliousness, like power. So I feel like the youth is important. And that's not just a vision that I share. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed shares that vision. If you go to their offices in Emirates Towers, it's 80% run by the youth.
Right, true.
And they're doing a great job. So if your leadership believes in it and they understand the value of it, it makes you feel like your country is safe because we do have great leadership and great visionary people.
So, I would like to share that. I've been many times to this place, the Emirates Towers.
Yeah.
And there's a youth hub. There's multiple offices. You go upstairs. How the future is going to be.
Yeah.
So sometimes when I feel, okay, what should I do? Do I need something? Okay, let's go and visit that place.
Yeah.
That gives me that energy, Sometimes
course.
I feel, this is something which is right thing happening in this country. People are loving it, going here and there, and you see things moving.
Of course, yeah.
That's the major task. My conversation won't be complete if I don't talk about your tattoos.
Oh my God.
Does these have any stories around it?
Every single tattoo has a story.
Okay, so
as long as there are lessons, there are tattoos for Sarah coming.
Oh, okay.
So no, every tattoo I have on my body is either a blessing or a lesson I had in my life. So either something great that happened or something bad that taught me something. So I would remember the lessons that I've learned.
Okay. So one lesson and, if you can share, and then the one blessing.
One lesson is I have this angel with a bow, Cupid, spreading love, very innocent, spreading love and very kind.
Okay.
But I have the same angel, the same Cupid here holding a gun.
Okay.
With a bandana on his face. Because, and this means that you can be loving, you can be full of light and caring.
Yeah.
But if you don't stand up for yourself, you're betraying yourself. So it's to understand that every person, no matter how spiritual or kind or loving you are, you need to embrace the darkness inside of you as well as the light, because we're yin yang, we're balanced. We're not just fully light, And the minute you embrace the dark side and you understand that it's okay to have both, that's where inner peace happens. If you're always fighting with the dark side and saying, no, I'm only light, or if you're dark and fighting with your light side, there's no balance inside of you. A lot of my tattoos speak about my morals and values in life as well, because my morals and values, they go so far as in business decisions. For example, I would never be a business partner with a man or a woman that cheated on their spouse or their significant other.
Yeah.
Why? Because...
And not necessarily to the spouse, to anybody for that fact.
But I'm speaking in relationships.
Okay.
Why? Because if you can cheat on the person you eat with, you sleep next to, your partner, you spend your life with every day, what will stop you from cheating on me in business? So for me, a person that cheats on their significant other is a threat for my business and someone I don't welcome. So my ethics and morals go that far. No matter how much money the person has or how much impact they put on the business, if you've cheated on your significant other, you don't work with me. Full stop.
So this is another lesson for our audience when they're choosing their co-founders.
Yes, be careful.
True that.
Yeah.
Your bio on LinkedIn says, rebel, a spiritual gangster, wanderlust. Apart from the things we know about you, or all of from the what media says or your YouTube video says, tell us about something, this side of personality.
Well, I even have it tattooed here. I'm a rebel. And sometimes the word,
I would like to get deep into that, the rebel part,
Yeah.
because people should understand.
yeah. So rebel is such a negative word in society.
That's true.
But when you rebel on your weaknesses, when you rebel on your comfort zone, when you rebel on everything bad in your life and you become a badass and you grow out of it, you're rebelling. Being rebellion doesn't mean someone who breaks the law and breaks the rules and goes to jail for it. It's a word that has such a negative tone to it, but I embrace the word and I love it.
So you're just fighting for yourself.
I'm fighting for myself, and no matter
That's how it is.
no matter who tries to take me down, I am definitely always fighting for myself. I am who I am, and I don't need anybody to tell me I am. I know I am. I'm enough. So when you rebel on your weaknesses and your fears, you're rebellious. There's nothing wrong with that. And it's a positive rebellion. So that's one aspect of my personality. And then the wanderlust is because with no borders and no passports and no nationalities, we're all global citizens. We're just spirits, created by God, experiencing this chapter of our life. So I love traveling because every time I go to a country, I feel like I find a piece of my soul because I'm scattered all over the world. So I love exploring different places, different people. I love humans.
And how many countries you have traveled to?
So far, 78.
78 countries.
Yeah, and ongoing. It's not going to stop.
Okay.
Yeah. I might be peace, love, and light, but I will peace, love, and light your house on fire if you cross me.
Sara, your life actually looks like, a character from reality series, and you are now part of Real Housewives of Dubai.
Yeah.
Tell me more about your real life.
I mean, if you know me, if you ask anyone that knows me, they will tell you it's the same person you see on TV.
Okay.
She's the same person in real life. I will not change my persona, my values, or who I am just for the sake of being famous,
Okay.
So I am real. I am
but
raw.
that's what people talk about these reality shows.
Well, I will not deny there's a lot of people who create a persona so they can fit into that world. But I showed up as me, and I will always show up as me. I will not allow anyone or anybody to affect that part of me. If you use this opportunity the right way, you show up as who you are, and you're being true to yourself. This opportunity can be a great gateway for you to grow your brand, your business, and to build awareness. Because on the show, I'm building awareness about mental health, spirituality, and about, going to therapy and working on yourself. That voice of yours to the world. And
Are we seeing you in the next season?
Oh yeah, definitely. No, definitely. I'm part of the family. I love the franchise. It's a legacy.
So you talked about raising money, and you're open at this point in time.
Yeah.
You're raising around, and you have been through all that process of raising money, meeting these VCs. The audience for our podcast is majorly the aspiring entrepreneurs, people who would like to make it big in their life. So one lesson for them would be from you to understand, what do entrepreneurs go wrong or do wrong in their desperation to get a VC on board?
I feel like a lot of entrepreneurs, because they're desperate, they've teamed up with the wrong VCs who actually, instead of taking the business to the next level, they destroy the business because the VCs control the business. And then the creativity is gone. The control over the vision is gone because they were desperate. They gave everything to the VCs. But you need to fight for your business like you fight for your child, basically. And do whatever it takes to make it thrive. And then I know that dumb money is great, but dumb money is very dangerous. I need strategic money. If I am getting money from somebody to invest in my companies, the person has to add value. They have to be smart. They have to be smart money that will take me to the next level. They have to have connections. They have to have doors they can open for us. But if it's dumb money, it's risky.
Okay. So, Sara, the way your journey has been, I would say the dark marriage relationship, getting into the struggles life early on, and going to meetings with your toddler son, who's here also today. Maktum,
Hey, baby.
how are you? Please come here.
Come, baby.
Come. So, just want to understand, from you, and then we'll speak to Maktum also. How has that molded Maktum in that process, right? And I'm sure today he's much more matured and strong child, or a strong boy.
He's very mature. What you expose your child to affects them.
Yeah.
Children are like sponges. They absorb everything silently in their subconscious mind, and then it affects them. No, I said they're like sponges. So who I expose my son to, the information, the conversations I've had with my son ever since he was born, were always deep, matured, and heavy. And my son, until the age of, I'd say 3.5, 4, he did not mix with any children. He was just mixed with adults, with me, with my business partners, because I wanted to make sure I'm marinating him and marinating his mind in the right information.
Okay.
And then I exposed him to kids because he already had his own mindset. He can make decisions, and he was smart enough to understand what to do and what not to do, and how not to be influenced by wrong things. So I'm not saying this is the right way to raise your kids, but this was my way.
Yeah.
And this is how my son turned out to be very mature at that age.
Okay.
And he has so much self-confidence.
Yeah. So, Maktum, do you agree with Mama?
Yes.
Yes? And what did you learn today? Tell us something.
Come here. Why don't you tell him a valuable lesson about life?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yalla. What is happiness? What makes people happy?
The things they love to see in their family.
Okay.
Sometimes I feel down and my mama comes and I'm very happy.
Oh, wow.
That makes me happy.
Yes.
Okay. What else? Doing what makes you happy?
Doing the right things and doing all that stuff.
Being kind,
Yes.
loving people. Yeah. And I teach my son that. Like every time he goes to sleep, I say, what do I tell you? When you wake up in the morning, God is giving you a chance to be a better person.
We must appreciate things.
Yeah, 100%.
Thank you. Thank you very
Yeah,
much,
so he
Maktum.
practices gratitude. Thank you, baby. Go sit.
Please have
I
your
love
seat.
you.
Thank you very much.
So practicing gratitude is important for children
Yeah.
because nowadays their exposure online and the exposure on social media shows children that, to be happy, it's to have this toy or to buy this car. It's all about fame and money and the wrong image of success. And you're here trying to show your child here that, no. You woke up, you're alive, you're healthy. God gave you a family and friends. Just be thankful for the small things in life.
Great. So women these days are making mark everywhere, and we hear a lot. If you had to tell them 3 things which they need to drill in their mind to power up their life and think beyond what they do on a day-to-day basis.
Number 1, I'd tell women, delete the word empowerment.
Yes.
I don't like it. I don't like the word empowerment. Every strong man that is on a pedestal that people look up to was created by a woman. So women are very powerful. They don't need to be empowered because when what you think and what you say, you manifest. I'm a Muslim. I come from an Arabic culture. And if I did it, you can do it. So that's number 1. Number 2 is you will not grow as a human being and thrive. And you will remain existing in life and not living if you don't free yourself from society's expectations. Third thing is she is allowed to do mistakes. She is allowed to make choices. She's a free soul with a free will. And that's very important. When you change your mindset and you believe in these things, all the decisions you take in life will be completely different. And I feel like as women, your gender is not a problem.
Yeah, because people judge you at everything.
100%.
How you look, how you dress,
100%.
how you speak. You're a wife, you're a mother.
I don't care.
You know?
To be honest, I don't care what people say
But
about
after
me.
a point, you just don't believe in that. And you don't want to please everyone on that note.
If you want to grow up and be a mature person, you need to erase everything you learned. Who they told you to be, how they told you to be, and who you are, and discover who you are. The real you. We are molded and created by society. So figure out who you are.
I would say, I would like to ask, do you think that women are the best enemies for the other women, especially in the case when the other women are going into a different direction?
Yes.
Or they're hustling into something which people don't think that they can do it.
Women are the reason this is a man's world.
Yeah.
I go to my friend's house. She's sitting with her daughter and her son. She looks at her daughter, who's 6 years old, and she says, when you grow up, a rich man is going to marry you. You wouldn't have to work. You're going to be a princess. You're going to be all of that. Of course, it's coming from a place of love. But what you're doing right now is you're destroying every seed of ambition in your daughter.
And you're programming her.
Programming her to be dependent. She's useless. She needs a man to save her. Yeah. It's like sometimes the things you say out of love are the things that destroy a person. No, I don't. If I had a daughter, I would never say that to her. Ever.
These might be the same person or the same people.
Yeah.
Telling their daughters that you're going to marry somebody who's going to be super rich.
Yeah.
You don't need to do anything. But at the same time, they'll be asking their boys, what you'll be doing. Will you be a doctor? Will you be an engineer?
Yeah, so you imagine this. And this is why I say women are a big reason it's a man's world today. And then women sit down and say, oh my God, why do men control the world? Why are you raising them like that? You know?
So you're an entrepreneur.
Yes.
And a thought leader at the same time. You go speak at the events. You do a lot of things. If I may ask, how do you integrate the social responsibility and sustainability in your projects?
If I've done the best for me and then I've done the best for others, the act of service is what success is all about. So for me, it's important to incorporate that in everything I do because I also have a tattooed here. It says light worker. That's my...
light work.
Yeah, light worker. That's my purpose in life. God created me to bring light, healing, and love to people. So it doesn't mean that I always have to give money away. Even if you're educating people, that is still social service. You're doing something for the world. Anything that can make a world a better place. So in my work, I collaborate with a lot of foundations. One of the foundations that I collaborate with is called Smile Train.
Okay.
And
what do they do?
Smile Train is we do surgeries all over the world to correct children with cleft palates. And to give them an opportunity and a chance to smile again and to live and to give the families hope to have their children with them and not to lose them to like such a simple thing that can be fixed easily. So we do a lot of donations through our company, our organizations for Smile Train. We work with the UN. We're working on a project with the UN soon. Even inside the organization, because it doesn't make sense that you're helping the world, but everyone's suffering inside your organization. It's like, what kind of social service is this with your people, with your employees?
Yes.
So I make sure everyone I have around me has the best quality of life, has the best thing going on for them. And then I do it on the outside.
That's true. That's how it has to be. So what do we see next from Her Excellency Sara Al Madani?
I used to be Her Excellency, not anymore. But I don't know what's next. I'm very spontaneous. But I can tell you one thing. Every single day, I strive to be better than the person I was yesterday. So if there is one thing I can guarantee you is tomorrow I'm going to be a better person than the person
today.
You interviewed today.
Okay.
Because that's what I thrive for every day.
Okay, so that provides me another opportunity to interview.
You might completely different person. But in terms of work and all of that, I don't know. Life, I'm flowing with life. I'm enjoing life. So wherever life takes me, I'm always taking risks. I'm always failing.
I believe you have a book coming up.
So, yes, this book. So I have dyslexia and writing a book was so hard for me. I've been doing it since COVID.
Oh, okay.
But now I stopped that and I've converted the book into a digital book.
Okay.
I've actually found a platform that is, I actually, since we're talking to a lot of entrepreneurs, let me give you this piece of advice.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to create their own app, right?
That's true.
But it takes 6 figures and a team and insights and learning. It's hard, right? Not everybody can afford it. I found a platform called passion.io.
Okay.
And this platform, I went on it, created my app. Everything is like drag and drop, so everything is ready. I pay like a couple of $100s per month, and I released my app in like a span of 20 days.
Oh.
It didn't cost me six digit figures. No, It didn't cost me a team, nothing. Everything is set and done for you. And all I have to do is everything I wanted to put on the book, now I'm putting it digital. Because I was thinking, every time I learn something new, I have to release a book. Every time I upgrade my thinking, I have to release another book.
Yeah.
And I'm dyslexic, so I was like, I'm gonna go digital. And thank God, guys, I'm really, really giving you a piece of advice. It's not an advertisement. Passion.io. I went on it. I was exploring online once, and I created my app. And in 20 days, I released my app. It's called The Others. We're launching it soon.
Thank you very much, Sara, for this conversation.
Thank you so much.
And I'm moving on to my rapid fire round.
Yes, let's do it.
Okay. So Sara is a morning person or a night owl?
Night owl.
Oh, okay. Favorite fashion trend from the past?
The afros.
The afros.
I
Okay.
love afros.
One word to describe your leadership style.
One word?
Yeah.
Family.
If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
Flying.
Flying. Go to comfort food.
I don't eat comfort food. I don't eat. It's been 15 years. I eat healthy, no gluten, no dairy, no soy. So I'm a very healthy person.
Okay.
No comfort food for me.
Favorite way to unwind after a busy day?
I love swimming.
Swimming. Okay.
Yeah, in the pool.
Dream travel destination you haven't been to yet?
Cuba.
Cuba.
Yeah.
Last book that made an impact on you?
The Power of is it called The Power of a Superior Man?
Power of Supreme.
I think it's called The Power. I'm not sure. Don't quote me, but it sounds like that.
Your guilty pleasure TV show?
There's one that I'm not proud of. It's Too Hot to Handle. But I watch it because I love to see how people change from coming with a vision and leaving as like great human beings.
Okay.
That's I'm not proud of. But I love watching The Family Guy.
Okay.
I love The Family Guy.
So prioritizing mental health or prefer being workaholic?
No, mental health.
Mental health.
No, screw workaholic. No way.
A women entrepreneur who inspires you the most?
Any woman that did it inspires me. I don't have a specific person. Any
First
woman.
thing you do when you get up or when you get a new business idea?
First thing I do
When you get a new business idea?
I do it right away.
Okay. If your life was a movie, what would it be?
What do you mean, like a title?
The title.
Just do it.
Just okay.
Just do it. No, hold on. Just do it. She did it. That's my title.
The most daring thing you've ever done?
I jumped off a plane into a river in Thailand. I'm an adrenaline junkie.
One piece of advice you want mothers to give to their boys?
To boys, women and men are equal. That's what I tell my son all the time.
An item on your bucket list you are determined to check off?
I think visiting a refugee camp, because I've been planning it for a while. I want to go educate a refugee camp and give them courses.
Thank you, Sara, very much.
Thank you.
I have always heard your stories, but meeting you in person and listening to them from you in person has inspired me to push myself toward my goal of giving back to the entrepreneurship community. And I would say you are not only a CEO, but a chief happiness officer of your life and that of many. Thank you for coming on the show. Keep inspiring and continue creating new benchmarks. And thank you all for watching this podcast. These learnings are invaluable. So continue to like, share, comment, and click on the subscribe button for more updates from us. Till then, goodbye. Take care.